Hey guys, welcome back to the Live at Love podcast. I'm so excited for this week's episode. Today I have on Midge Smith. I just am so excited. We were talking before we started recording, and Midge, you just have the best energy. So I feel like this is going to be a good, fun episode.
Yes, I told her, I was like, we got to start the camera or we're going to just talk.
Yeah, we're going to keep, before we can even talk about anything. Yeah. But yeah, so long story short, Midge, I guess the people know you from Love on the Spectrum. Your brother Tanner was on it, which we can get more into detail on that too. But also, Midge went to Clemson, and go Tigers for real. You're a couple years older than me, but there's a church in Clemson called New Spring, and Midge was involved. Or are you still involved? I don't know now.
No, I'm not. But
okay, we'll get into college. Yeah. So there's a ministry called Fuse, and it's like a middle school to high school youth group with the church. So when I first interviewed and did kind of like this thing that's called like First Look, you go in shadow and just learn all about the ministry. Midge was my tour guide.
Yes.
It was just so fun because you just were so real. And then I put it all together. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, she's famous.
I'm not famous. My brother's famous, though.
Yes. So I just have loved just getting to hear your story, and just your energy has just brought so many people to Fuse, and you've sold everyone on just how amazing the ministry is, and it really is. So if you are looking to get involved in a church, New Spring's amazing, but also youth group is just so fun because I feel like middle school and high school is a really fun age.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah,
agreed.
I just want to get into Midge. Why don't you just talk a little bit about yourself, and then your previous history, life story.
Yeah. Just a little blab. So my name is Midge. I'm Tanner's little sister from Love on the Spectrum. Also Taylor and Maverick's siblings too. There's 4 of us. And I actually grew up. You had Mary Crosby Spires or Sweetie on this episode, and we grew up in the same town. So same little small town. Her testimony is very similar to mine. Grew up in the faith, very close to my family, great examples, small little high school. And then a little bit different from her, I took a year off after high school and did a year abroad doing mission work, which totally changed my life, and just was amazing for me to go in before college to just see different parts of the world and meet different people and things like that. But then did return because of COVID. Oh, so sad. Returned a little bit early and then went to Clemson in 2020. So started out college as a freshman, going in when it was kind of some of our classes were online and life was kind of weird. But I absolutely loved Clemson and that life. I feel like freshman year, the fall was hard, which I feel like it's hard for a lot of people, just adjusting and stuff. But really fell in love with Clemson and the community and all the things to do. Started going to New Spring Church the first Sunday I was there. And then I think it was January of my freshman year that Christmas break, I was just praying about what the spring was going to look like and what I wanted to change and look different and that kind of thing. And I wanted to say yes to everything and lead in some capacity.
Yeah, that's good.
I learned a lot of my year abroad, and in the fall I was kind of adjusting to Clemson. So I'm like, okay, Lord, what can I step into? You've taught me a lot, and I feel like I have things to share. So then I got involved with Fuse, and I led high school girls all through college. So when I was a freshman, I got paired up with a freshman girls group, and then we went all through college and high school together. And then when I graduated Clemson, they graduated college. So that was super, super impactful. All through college, and then kind of stayed on board after my girls left and started leading First Looks, which is literally I know I'm blabbing on. First Looks is my dream job. Just getting to know people and hearing their stories and sharing mine and being let's party. I'm But anyways, now I live in Greenville and I'm teaching 3rd grade here in Greenville. Graduated Clemson in 2024.
Wow.
So I just too long.
No, I love it. How has it been teaching 3rd grade?
3rd grade is amazing. My first year teaching, if anyone out here listening is a first year teacher, you can do this. Hang on. You feel in the dark. It's so hard. But my 2nd year teaching has been so much better. My kids are amazing. And I just feel way more confident and calm. This whole season of my life, right now, is just calm. Even though there's so much going on with my brother and all the things, I just feel steady. And I'm still kind of figuring out, Lord, what is this? Why do I feel this calm, but
so like, do your kids know like that your brother's famous and all that?
Some of them did. Like they came to meet the teacher and they were like, Miss Smith, we see you on TikTok. Yeah. And Tanner's coming to read to my class. He's going to come and like read to all of third grade. He's really amazing with kids. So they know who he is now. So I'm kind of like making that my like cool, I'm the cool teacher. Everyone's like, you have a famous brother.
You just have the energy for it too. Like if you're my third grade teacher, I'd love it so much.
I eat it up. I'm like,
like I'm a fun one. Like, do you have any like favorite things that you do with your class that's like a random creative thing?
It's not random and creative, but I've loved this year. I have like low lighting in my classroom. It's like lamps. I don't know, like when I was in high school or in elementary school, like we just used the overhead lights. But I saw teachers, they're horrible. I saw teachers last year have those. And I'm like, I want my classroom to just be like quiet. So it's like really low when they come in. And our mornings are fun. Like I hear about their weekends. We do a read aloud. So that part's been sweet. My mornings with them have been a fun part. I've got a fun group. I have a lot of students who speak Spanish. So that's been really cool to like kind of tie in that just that part of their lives and like have them teach us and that kind of thing. So.
Wow. That sounds incredible. I like was an education major and I remember my first, I guess I went like to like before you're an education major at Clemson, you can like tour it. I don't know if you ever did that.
Were you like, I'm not doing this?
We had to color and cut things and I'm like, I can't cut or color for the life of me. Like I literally, my mom was like laughing at me because she was like, you can't draw. And I'm like, I don't want to be an art teacher because I thought that's what it was going to be every education class.
No, and literally like the kids will get you. Like if you're drawing in front of them, what's that, Miss Smith? Like that doesn't look good. So
they call you out.
What are you majoring in now?
It's Parks, Rec, and tourism. So it's like event management.
Okay.
It's easy. I love it.
You're enjoying yourself.
Yes, I am. But my parents are like, is it a real major? And I'm like, yes. I've actually learned a lot. And like, I think personally, like school is all about like the connections you make. And being in college, like you just really grow, even if you don't do anything with your major.
So. Oh my gosh. A lot of people don't even end up using their major or using it in like a different way than they even would, you know?
Well, I'm like, everything happens for a reason. I know the Lord's got my back.
Yep. It's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to get in, if you feel comfortable, I'd love to just hear your testimony. I know you kind of brought up a little bit of how you grew up, but like, do you have anything about like college and stuff like that?
Yeah, I think college was really hard for me in the beginning. Like I said, I took a year off. Not off, but I did a year of mission work after college or after high school and lived in Guatemala, Ethiopia, and Thailand, living out of a backpack, like doing full-time ministry. Like every day I just woke up and worshiped and went to ministry and served all day, which I had never felt before, like that much purpose and just like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Like I'm just telling people about Jesus and helping them and stuff. And then COVID brought me back, which was hard, but also I live in a little small town. So like COVID was kind of fun for us. Like we all got to hang out, but like the community aspect of it was different. And then I came to Clemson and there were really amazing parts and it was fun and getting to know people and all the newness, but also was like super, super hard. Just the same thing, like getting to know people and trying to figure out like, this is what I expected it to be like. And this is what I thought. And, you know, this person has this many friends and it's so lots of just comparison and expectations that I didn't even know that I had coming into college that kind of took the full fall semester to like work out and be like, I don't even know why I thought that's how this was supposed to look. But it did. But just because it doesn't look like that doesn't mean it's not good.
Was it hard for you, like going from literally missions? Like, I feel like when you're in that, when you surround yourself with that and you're not like at home or like in this type of culture, like it's like, it's so different. So I didn't know, like, were you like coming off like a spiritual high almost coming in?
That was like something like, I did not like the American church when I first got back here. Like, cause I mean, I was living like in Guatemala, like I showed up and we're like, I'm seeing all kinds of spiritual gifts and like, healing and like bold acts of faith every day, you know, which I wasn't used to either. But then I got used to it and I'm like, it's just surrounded by that community. And then I got back here and I was like, oh, this is so different. But even like at New Spring, like finding community that that believes in that and is practicing that. And also like just realizing we're all on our own journey with the Lord. And like, though I've seen things and I'm confident in things, just because the people that I'm around haven't seen that doesn't mean, the way that they're practicing their faith is not right.
No, that's something I've had.
And I definitely felt a little bit alone in my faith walk in the beginning. But a lot of my faith has been kind of like myself. I kind of fell in love with Jesus in high school, just like in my bedroom. I feel like he would just do you journal?
Yes. Yeah.
I journal all the time. And I look back and like, oh my gosh, in high school, I would just journal the most like pure things. Oh, wow. So like after God's heart, I'm like, that's what I'm feeling. Please help me. Even like stupid little things. Wow. But yeah, I definitely felt alone, but also I feel like the Lord meets me there a lot. And I feel like he finds me in like the quiet little moments where I'm just journaling with him and like being completely honest with what I'm going through.
Yeah. Wow. No, I kind of relate from that. I come from more of like a charismatic background. And so I don't know if you're kind of explaining like stuff like that. But so when I guess I'm originally from Maine. So I moved to,
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I moved to Greenville my senior year of high school, but coming here more in the Bible Belt was kind of like kind of like an eye-opening thing of like, I didn't realize that there's different like ways that the church like worships the Lord. And so at first I was kind of like, what's going on here? But now I'm like really understanding, like, it's only about, like you said, your own personal relationship with the Lord, and like everyone's on their own journey. Yeah. And especially in all different types of churches, I'm like, you can find Catholics worshiping Jesus like the way we do. Like, you never know. Someone's story. So that's really cool though, that you just at such a young age that you witnessed probably all these miracles and healings and stuff like that in other countries, and then going back to school, which is amazing.
It's so good for me to see that, like before I went to Clemson and like the college life, and there's all these temptations and all these, thoughts and things that come up in yourself. And I'm like, I've seen the Lord do like so much in my life already. And like, I feel like I just kind of had a really good foundation coming into college. So I always tell people, I'm like, if you can like travel as much as you can, but like if you can go serve, even if it's for a short period of time, like go do it. Cause you just get perspective on life and people and faith in all areas.
Wow. No, that's incredible. You're like selling on, I was telling Midge,
everyone's travel.
Like think about traveling, ministry school, I don't know what, but like it's making me excited of like there's so much more than like your college bubble,
Yeah.
Like you don't have to go to a 9 to 5 if you don't want to.
No. And isn't it weird how like that's the image in our brains? Like there's just so many expectations that you have, like, and you don't even realize you have them. And it's like learning. I feel like I'm still in that season of like learning, like this is how I thought my life would look, or this is how other people's lives look. But I'm living a really great, fun life, and I have amazing people in my life. And just because it doesn't look like how I thought it would, doesn't mean it's not good,
Yeah, so true. Wow, that's so good. I love it. So, okay, I have a couple questions before we get into more of like your life now. So in college, I feel like a big question that a lot of people are just like confused with is like just like drinking, going out, stuff like that, and like how to balance that as a college student. Do you have any advice on that from one, you went from, like you said, going to travel all these different countries back to college, and I would just love to hear your input.
Yeah. So I may not be like the greatest person to ask this question, because I grew up in a family that was very much like alcohol is not a bad thing. Like, it's just different to everybody, but it was never this big, bad, scary thing. It was like my parents would have a couple drinks on the weekends, and that's no big deal. And even if we were at the house with them, it was fine, like in moderation. But I think just basing it all on like what's going to be honoring to the Lord, and like, of course, following the law and all that kind of stuff. But are you honoring the Lord with your life? Which I don't think there's a lot of gray area in that. Like some people are like, oh, but I don't feel like I'm sinning in this.
Right.
And it's like, oh, wait, we have to like, what the Lord says goes. But yeah.
No, that's really good.
Thinking about like, do you feel like you're honoring the Lord in your life? And like, is it causing you to do things that are going to honor him?
Yeah.
Or like, does it lead to things that are going to honor him?
Yeah.
And all that. I'm not the best person to ask that question because
I love this.
I didn't like party in college, but I just never. So I kind of have a different view than some people do.
No, I think it's so good just because it's cool to get a person who's post-grad perspective of it, especially who was like in the church too. Like I'm 21 now, so I'm like, there's nothing wrong with me like going out with my friends, but like I would go out with the right intentions, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel like being in more of like campus ministry bubbles, it's like harder to admit that like you're okay with like going hang out with friends. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I just want
like in that bubble, it's really easy to like view like drinking and partying as like an idol a little bit, and it's like, wait, the Lord's so much bigger than all of that anyways. Like we don't need to view that as like bigger or more powerful than the Lord. But it's definitely hard, and there's lots of temptations and you know, you come into college, you're like, should I be doing this? Like this is what people are doing, or this is what, and it's just like removing yourself from that like the pattern.
Right. Like being different. What's the Bible verse where it's like the Lord, I don't know.
What's the Bible verse? The Lord.
Like the Lord, what? No, I would say like, don't conform to this world. Romans 12. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Romans 8? 12? Something Romans. I need to look this up clearly. But no, thank you for answering that. I always like am even just like when I'm one-on-one with people like their input because I think my relationship was so much before I was 21 to 21. I'm like, it's crazy how just like a number. I'm like,
people and now it's like okay,
like different, so different, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so now you're post-grad, you're in Greenville, loving it.
Yes.
And I would love for you to share just maybe a little bit about your story of your family and then how y'all just kind of got a following.
So my family loved them. Like God really said, "You've got the greatest bunch in the whole world." I was like, "Praise the Lord." But we grew up like normal little farm life. Like my dad's a farmer. We grew up in a small little town. Yeah. But Tanner, people don't always notice like this. Tanner's always kind of been like famous in our town, at least. Like he's always people call him like the mayor of St. Matthews and the mayor of the lake. Like that's just his personality. But then in, I don't know what year it was, like maybe 2022 was when they first came and filmed Love on the Spectrum. And then once that first season came out, life kind of blew up. And now it's like normal. Like I just got off the phone. Like when we jumped on this podcast, I was like hanging out with my mom. She's in LA. They went to the Emmys and like meeting all these crazy people. So it's been so much fun. Like just so much fun meeting people. I love to meet a stranger and hear their story and that kind of thing. So life has been really, really exciting. And the people that we've gotten to meet and just the kindness that people have showed us. And I feel like I've just learned so much, kind of like we're talking even through like college, even before all this, like I had this like tiny little bubble of what I thought was right and good and what I expected. And the more people that I meet and the more that I experience and the more I travel, the more I'm like, gosh, like people are just trying their best. And it looks different for everybody. But I've just learned, like, I just love to meet all these people and hear their stories, and you just grow in like empathy and things like that. But life's been very, very fun, very different. My little brother went to college, and my sister and dad are still in mom or.
Hey, I'm Ashley.
And I'm Mary Crosby.
And we are
Inspires Pilates. We are also a proud sponsor of the Live Out Love podcast.
We are a reformer Pilates studio located right here in Clemson, South Carolina.
Our heart behind our studio is not only that it's a place where you come and get a workout in, but it's also somewhere where you can come to feel challenged and inspired physically, mentally, and spiritually. We hope and pray that every time you leave here, that you feel refreshed in your mind, body, and spirit.
We would love to have you come in and check us out, or come and stay for a while. You can find us on Instagram at Inspires Pilates. We have class times all throughout the week and throughout the day, and even some on the weekends, so we would love to have you.
I, Mary Crosby, have also had the pleasure of getting to speak with Olivia on the Live Out Love podcast, and it's been so awesome to encourage and cheer each other on. I love that both of us have the heart in whatever we're doing to encourage and inspire others and women in this community to make a difference in what they are doing.
We hope to see you soon in our studio where mindful moves will lead to major gains.
Still home in St. Matthews, sometimes living like a little bit of a normal life, but my mom's like a little momager with Tanner, so she's everywhere, that kind of thing.
That's exciting.
I've luckily, like, Tanner and I are pretty close, and we lived together, so I've gotten to do a lot of the traveling with him, which has been really, really sweet.
Will you tell me about your interview that you had was it with Jack Black too? Who was it on?
So it was on Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, okay, yes. So you got to meet Kelly Clarkson too.
Oh, girl. We got to meet Kelly Clarkson like 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I think. We went after the first season, and I got to go with him just because Tanner, like, he has auditory processing disorder. So sometimes, like, hearing things in a big crowd, like at church or something, he's not processing it because you're not making eye contact with him. In a big crowd, he hears the pin behind him just as loud as he hears the speaker. So it's good for us to have somebody with him. Anyways, got to go, and he told Kelly on that episode that he loves Jack Black. Jack Black taught him what an actor was. And then Kelly Clarkson's producer, who we love, she's a Christian. She prayed over us before we went out. She's like one of those like God-winged people that were like,
where's her studio?
New York.
Okay. Wow.
New York. Yeah. So we went on that, and then a year later, they asked us to come back after the second season came out. And then she told us, me and my mom, that Jack Black was going to be there touring for Minecraft. So Tanner had no idea, but Jack Black was like there, and we had to like go to this whole different dressing room and all this kind of stuff. But it's literally like the greatest day of my life. And he was so nice. Like Kelly Clarkson, she's so cool, like very low key, down to earth. And Jack Black as well was like just so humble and kind. It's cool to get to meet like famous people and be like, wait, you're real, you know?
You're normal.
Yeah, you're a normal human. You know? It's wild, but that was great.
That is so cool. Any other like fun opportunities that you've had out of this?
Gosh, so many. Even just like normal life. Like I'm already the kind of person, you know, like I met you and I was like, here's my entire story. Like, would you tell me yours? I love to talk to like random people on the street, but this has opened the door to so many conversations because people are like, I know like who you are. I know your brother. So even life just looks like kind of more fun, honestly, now because I feel like I can go out and meet so many people. But we just went to LA over the summer and got to meet just like incredible people who were doing really, really cool things. And we got to go to Nashville this summer and kind of get like catered to a little bit at the CMAs for the Country Music Festival. So
wow, that is so fun.
It's all been, and I'm loving like going on all these podcasts. I've gotten to go on a lot of those too. And I went on like a small little podcast with like some teacher.
Oh, cute.
And that was so cool to be like, you're doing amazing things. And like, you know, people
talking about school too. Wow, that is amazing. I saw you the other day. I think it was First Friday Parade.
Yes. And we were like in the crowd. I was like, oh gosh.
Hilarious because so many people were like talking to you. And my roommate was like, there's Midge. Her name's Mary. She does Fuse too. She remembered you from giving you the first look tour. And I'm like, of course, look at all the people just like getting pictures with Tanner.
So people were like lining up to get pictures.
It was so cute.
We were, like, an hour and a half late to dinner. I was like, oh gosh. But it's so much fun.
I feel like it's the most pure like form of like people coming to see you too. You know, like it's not like y'all are famous in like this huge thing of like music, acting. Like you're just yourselves, and like
people genuinely are like just drawn to his like simple joy, and it's like
both of you all have the same like joy.
Thank you.
Really,
I really kind of realized we were like, gosh, some people just don't have that in their life. Like, how much more do we just need some like silly, positive joy, you know, in our lives? So that's been really cool.
No, that's so cool. I feel like now y'all need to get recognized at a football game. Like they have this own kitchen. They need y'all.
Okay, listen to I'm going off topic, but have you ever been to the Sphinx Market in Greenville? And gone there? The Sphinx Market?
Oh, yeah.
Girl, they're sending us a PR package because I'm peaked. I don't got to meet anybody. I don't care. Don't put me on a show. The Sphinx Market is probably sending me a gift card. That's all I love the chicken tenders.
You can use it for gas too.
It's like the market. I don't know.
Oh, the store.
Like the market downtown, and they have these chicken tenders.
But
yeah,
you're hilarious.
I reached
That's so exciting. Did you like walk in one day to the store? Or did they like message you?
I tell everybody in Greenville, I'm like, if you want a chicken tender, you got to go to the Sphinx Market. And then I was telling some girl, and she's like, I know the owners. Let me just message them for you. So
that's the coolest thing.
Highlight of having Tanner as a brother.
You need like a TikTok, like Instagram of you like showing off your PR package.
Girl, they need me like on the cover. Let me do an ad for y'all.
No, you really
need
to do like an ad or something.
Yes, please.
That's so funny. Wow. Well, I guess just like all the places you've been to LA, New York. These are pretty like sometimes very heavy places. How has it been just like bringing just like the light of the Lord like to these different places?
Yeah, it's very interesting going to big places like that, especially with Tanner, because he's such a light and such a people just notice him and that kind of thing. But you can definitely feel like it even feels different from the South. But it's been really sweet. Like we run into people on the street and people who like don't know who he is are kind of like watching from afar, and then like, who's this guy? And they'll come up to us, and then we get to talk to them and kind of share about what he's doing. And that even opens up doors for like advocating for someone on the spectrum, you know, which that's cool conversations. So it all is kind of a big circle of like, you know, then we're talking about accepting different people and all that kind of stuff. But it's been really sweet to get to just travel and do that kind of.
You've just made it, I'm sure, just an impact so much on just these normal people that are just walking by you and just seeing y'all. And just like you said, the joy of the Lord, like that is such a gift. And like the Lord knew what he was doing when he created all your whole family.
Tanner's like the perfect person. He's so like humble and not like trying to show anything. He's just like, this is me. Here I am, which is cool.
Does he ever come back to Clemson? I guess now he's so busy, but
no, Tanner almost works full time downtown.
Oh wow. Still at Clemson.
Yeah, so he lives in Clemson.
Oh my gosh. I'll say I just recorded a podcast with you.
Yeah, you should. But he lives there, and then they're really good. Like whenever he needs to travel and that kind of thing, he'll just kind of go. But we love Clemson. It's just a good place. And the Lord's moving in Clemson. Like I would tell people all the time, like when I was up there, you know, you can feel the Lord's presence everywhere, of course, but gosh, he's moving. And there are people who just love him so much.
He really is. Do you know what Unite is?
No.
It's like it's like a pretty bigger ministry that they go to different colleges. Tanya Pruitt's the one that started it. And then like they have like JB Bakluda sometimes, Jenny Allen, those people. But this girl reached out to me of like trying to get a team together to help get it to come. And so we finally nailed a date down. November. So this is kind of like a little plug for Unite, whoever's
Unite, go. Wait, I want to come. Am I allowed to come if I'm not in college?
Do you want to be a volunteer?
Yes, put me down.
Wait, really? Okay.
Yes,
I will.
And you do As You Are?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
How is that like for you, like in that ministry?
It is so fun. I'm not a leader. I just like attend. But a lot of my friends are leaders, and I just like love I love just being aesthetic. Like I feel like a girl in college, like, you know, you're like,
being aesthetic.
You love being an influencer, all that. And like, I feel like they're really good at like catching the eye of like these cute young girls who are like into all that. Like their events are like the cutest things ever. Bible studies, like ice cream dates, all that stuff. So it's just been really fun getting to like connect with like girls who are like kind of like just are wanting to be girls, you know, and like wanting to just hear the Lord and like really grow as like sisters in Christ. I'm really excited for this year. I feel like it's going to be really good of like more of a bonding thing. Last year I was like so busy with different things.
Am I still on with you?
Yeah.
My dad just called me. I'm so sorry.
Oh my gosh, it's so okay.
MacBook, sorry.
No, you're good. But I was saying like Fuse was the same time, so this year it's different times. But
good. You get to go to both. It's so important, like to get plugged in, like have a place where you can lead and serve and give out, but also have a place where you can be around community and get poured into as well.
Yeah. I know you kind of answered this question, but is there anything else that like, just like the season of life, I know you said it's very like still and calm, but anything else that he's been teaching you?
I think he's been teaching me for a long time, but just like how beautiful people are. Like I love to meet people. And I feel like I come from a small town. I was pretty like closed-minded, and I had this idea of what a good life was and what good faith is and what a good person is. And the more that I meet people who are of faith or not of faith, the more I'm just like, gosh, like people are just beautiful in who they are, and everyone's trying their best. And so I just feel like the Lord's been teaching me so much about meeting people with like a humility and just like desire to know them and know their heart, and not have an expectation of like, what are you going to give to me? What does your life look like? More just like wanting to know them. So that's been fun in this season of moving to a new city. It's just like meeting strangers and being with them, and having really cool conversations. The more you like learn about people's lives, you hear about what they've been through and that kind of thing. So that's been fun. And faith-wise, I feel like my faith looks really different than it did in college. I feel like I'm not even plugged in right now to a local church, which I want to get plugged in, but I've been church hopping for the summer, which has been cool. Like I got to see all different worship and meet just incredible people. So the expectations of what I thought my faith like had to look like when I was younger, of like, are you reading your Bible every day? Are you da, 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 da? It's like there's just not these like rules on my faith right now. I just feel like I'm learning and staying in tune with the Lord, and there's not this pressure. I go through seasons where I do feel like I'm very hard on myself and my faith, but it's just been sweet.
Yeah.
And you know, that kind of
that's a great
sense.
Sorry.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it totally does. And I think that really like goes towards just the people who are about to be post-grad. I feel like a lot of my listeners are seniors, or about to graduate, or about to go into high school. And just from like you just being so open-minded of like just letting the Lord take you where he needs to take you, and just like going and seeing different things. And I just love my favorite quote. I actually learned this from his name is Mike Eccles. He works for Clemson Athletics. But he talked in like a student worker meeting, and his quote was, be curious, not judgmental. Isn't that a good quote?
Yes.
I loved it. And so ever since then, I just started using it, because I feel like I used to catch myself so easily of like judging like change almost, because you're so in your like comfort a lot of times. And so when you're in like a new, like you said, new city, new season of life, like you're not judging these people for their different types of worship, like different places you're going to, like you're just being curious. And I think it's really good for just people listening and like wanting to just be open-minded wherever they move, wherever the wind takes them.
Yeah, no, that's so good. And like, even like not judging your own life necessarily,
Right.
Like the expectations that you thought it was going to be, of just like take it as it comes and find the beauty in where you're at, which is hard when you're in a really hard season of like transition. It's hard to do.
It's very hard. No, that's so cool. When you said you just love seeing how beautiful people are, and just I've been picking up on the same thing of just like in church Sunday, they talked yesterday. I was like, oh, it's Monday. They talked about just like this acronym called BLESS. So like you learn how to like pray for people, eat with people, basically just having fellowship with people to gain their trust and talk about Jesus with them in like a loving way, just like being yourself. And so it just like made me appreciate so much for like community, and just like getting to know different types of people, like because the Lord created them. And like how beautiful is it that like the Lord created all the different types of people. And then I was literally, my roommates we always have an ongoing joke about like I'm sure, I don't know if you and your roommates did this in college, but like seeing like your campus crushes, or like that random you know. And I literally like, I don't know if this is probably not biblical, but I thought it was kind of catchy. I was like, how cool is it that like we get to like call like guys cute, because the Lord created them and his creation's beautiful.
Yes, I love that. I second that. Yes. I was waiting, like I was listening to Mary Crosby's podcast, and she's like, Lord gives us the desires of our hearts, and I desire true as my husband. I'm like, sis, I do believe the Lord's gonna give me that desire. Like, I'm still on that one, okay?
Yeah. That episode was so encouraging. But yeah, I'm like, why we can like talk about I'm not calling these people out in like a inappropriate way. I'm like, we're allowed to like have fun and like
yes, appreciating that, you know, right? Seeing the beauty in that, and even if it's not, that's not your person, you can be like, that's something that a part of that person.
That's so true.
I love that. It's like your like MTC or whatever, your mission trip crush.
Yes.
I used to love that.
Yeah, Young Life Camp Crush you give the spoon to.
Yes.
Me and my roommates have like a bucket list, and we're like, what's like something really funny and random? And we were just like going off thinking about like camp things, like random things we could do. I'm like, yeah, that's something like that.
Oh, I love that. Okay, wait, you just shared like that's kind of like what the Lord's teaching you right now with beauty people. What is something that you're like really looking forward to throughout the next couple months, like before college is over? Yeah.
Wow, I've never been interviewed on my own podcast.
I know. Sorry, I'm like working
I feel so honored. I think I was looking forward to, I guess I said community. I've just met some really cool people of like being like open to all different areas of like there's sometimes it's really hard getting in that bubble. And like I'm not the type of person who like is like a cliquey person. Like I'm more friends with like all different assortment of people, and I love that.
Yeah.
So I think I'm just excited of like I'm starting new things. Like I'm working on the Unite group, and like I'm accepting those kids that are working with me, or people, not kids anymore. Like people are like really cool. So I'm just really excited to like get close with new people, I think. And also like I feel like every year, even last year, like there's always something like that the Lord's like teaching me in a fun way. If that makes sense. And like you look back on it, like you journal too, but like last year I journaled and like rereading those entries of like, wow, I grew so much, and like I didn't even feel like I did. But like you look back on your life and you're like, oh my gosh. So I think I'm just excited for just whatever's to come. And like my word is like say yes to everything. Nothing like bad, but like just open and like not like rally, like get blackout drunk rally, but like sit like rally and do things even when you're tired, like even when like you want to go to bed, like your roommate. I'm only my roommates for a year. Like
yes. So. I love that. And I love that you're like expectant and like looking forward to things. I feel like that keeps me awake in my life and in my faith of like I'm expecting the Lord to do this. I'm praying for this. I'm hoping for this. I'm sitting in gratitude for this. And it keeps me like more focused on what he's doing, you know? Yeah. So I'll be praying for that too, for new people. We just love people. You guys need to do this podcast. Like you just love people and hearing their stories and stuff. I love that. So
you too. I'm seriously, you need to start one.
I know. I'm like, oh, fine. I'll start a podcast.
If you started one
podcast,
yes,
you be my first person.
I would love to. That would be so fun. What would you name it?
Oh. I don't know. I had to think about it. My name's Midge. I could do something cool with that.
You could do something,
something awesome.
You could think on that.
Live out love, right? Live out love is good.
Thank you. My roommate do something like add something to your brand. I'm like, okay, maybe.
I'll do it. Sure.
I'll let you know.
I love that. That's so awesome.
It was really sweet. But yeah, to wrap up the podcast, I didn't know if you could answer one last question. Since we were kind of like on the senior year talk, do you have any one advice or regret from senior year that you want to tell seniors?
From senior year, let me think. I think I did the same exact thing as you. I said yes to everything, and just remember that was like a lot of like lasts. And so I was like, oh, let's just have all the fun that we can. So have all the fun that you can is the advice that I would give. And maybe even what we were just talking about, like, I feel like I did live in a little bit of fear of what was going to come next. I'm a 7 on the Enneagram. So I very much live in the future of like, what's next? Yes. What's going to happen? What's going to be fun next? So I think filling your next season with like gratitude and hopefulness more than, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, you know, a lot of people are in that season of like, this is coming next and I don't know where I'm going to move, or I don't know what job I'm going to have. And so like, even when those thoughts come up, how can you cover them and meet them with like I'm hopeful the Lord's going to do this, or I'm expectant that he's going to do this. I'm going to ask him in confidence and believe that he's going to, give me the desire in my heart. Like Mary Crosby was saying in the last episode. So I faced a lot of that my senior year of like just the unknown. So trying to embrace that and meet it with hopefulness and gratitude and try to just live out of that space. Which is, and it takes a lot of intentionality to do, and like coming back every day and being like, Lord, would you remind me to be grateful?
Right. And that's why it's like a daily walk with the Lord of like, you always have to go back and talk to him every day. It's not a one and done. Like
literally. And isn't it sweet? God, he meets us. Like, I come back and he teaches me the same thing. I'm like, you already taught us this, Lord, but thank you for teaching me again.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. You were just so wise, and your just joy is like literally rubbing off the camera. I'm like,
you as well.
Thank you so much for just getting to like talk about your life and what the Lord is working on. Any final thoughts before we wrap up?
I just think you're awesome, and I think all you're doing here is amazing. And so I'm proud of you. I'm proud to like know you. Kind of like we lived in the same area and we knew each other, and now I don't live as close, but I'm really, really proud of you. And I know the people around you are really going to benefit.
Thank you.
Thank
you so much. That makes me like, I'm like honored that you like came on here.
Yeah.
You're like, like, do you say you got to, Tanner, your mom got to meet Will Ferrell? No.
Yes. They're literally hanging out last night with Will Ferrell. And I'm like,
I'm like, and then they're going on, well, maybe you can't say that. But anyways.
They're going on Miley Cyrus's parents' podcast. I'm like,
wow. I'm like, bitches
about love, so don't even worry about it.
I'm like, wow. Just like getting to like be on that level. Like that's so cool. But
love it.
Wow. Well, thank you so much again. I'm gonna wrap up the podcast and then we can stay on and chit chat for a second. But thank you guys for listening. If you like ever want to just DM Midge, I'm sure like you're open to just talking about anything. I'll link her Instagram down below, and I'll also tag her on my Instagram for the podcast. But yeah, and then if Midge, if you ever get a podcast, I'm gonna feature you.
She's coming on mine. Okay.
Oh yeah, but also like we gotta highlight that when you get that going.
Yeah, it'll be linked down below.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. Well, thank you again, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.